Imagine this. Every night, you look up at the moon. Silver glow has comforted humanity for millennia. Lovers swear upon it, poets praise it, and tides obey it. What if everything you thought you knew about the moon was a lie? I told you that the moon is not just a dead rock orbiting Earth. What if it is the single greatest deception in human history? A giant alien satellite designed to trap your soul in a never-ending cycle of reincarnation and illusions. Stay with me, because in this video we're going to uncover secrets that will shatter your perception of reality itself. This is the Moon Matrix. Are we living inside an alien simulation? And once you hear the truth, you will never look at the moon the same way again. Let's begin with the first mystery, the moon. Itself, scientists have no definitive explanation for how the moon came into existence. The prevailing theory is called the giant impact hypothesis, where a Mars-sized object supposedly collided with the young Earth, and debris from this impact formed the moon. But here's the problem. The moon is too large compared to Earth. Its orbit is too precise. Its density is unusual. It rings like a bell when struck by meteors, suggesting a hollow structure beneath its crust. In fact, during the Apollo missions, seismometers recorded vibrations lasting for hours, something that no natural rock should do. Astronomer Isaac Asimov once said, "We cannot help but come to the conclusion that the moon by rights ought not to be there. The fact that it is one of the strokes of luck, almost too good to accept." But what if it wasn't luck at all? Many ancient cultures spoke of a time before the moon existed. The Zulu shaman Credo Mutwa recounted African legends saying the moon was brought here by two brothers, alien beings, known as the Water Brothers, who rolled the moon across the sky and set it in orbit to control Earth's environment. In Greece, Aristotle and Plutarch referred to pre-lunar people who lived before the moon appeared. The Chibcha of Colombia, indigenous tribes in Bolivia, and the Maori of New Zealand all have similar myths. The moon was placed in the sky by gods or visitors. Why would these cultures, separated by oceans and centuries, share the same story? What if the moon was not a natural satellite, but a construct placed here deliberately by an advanced alien civilization? And if so, for what purpose? If the moon was placed here by an advanced civilization, what is it really made of? The hollow moon theory suggests the moon is not a solid rock, but a massive hollowed-out structure, an ancient alien spacecraft or artificial satellite in 1970. Two Soviet scientists, Mikhail Vasin and Alexander Sherbakov, published a paper titled, "Is the Moon the Creation of Alien Intelligence?" They proposed the moon was a giant alien spacecraft intentionally placed in Earth's orbit. They highlighted several anomalies. First, the crust is composed of unusually dense and hard metals like titanium, chromium, and zirconium materials, often used in spacecraft engineering. Second, the depth of lunar craters is strangely uniform. Whether a meteor is small or large, the craters have the same shallow depth, as if an impenetrable shell lies beneath the moon's surface. Third, as recorded during Apollo missions, the moon rings like a bell when impacted, reverberating for hours. Scientists like Dr. Gordon MacDonald of NASA stated, "It would seem that the moon is more like a hollow than a homogeneous sphere." Even Dr. Sean C. Solomon from MIT, studying lunar gravitational data, said, "The lunar orbiter experiments vastly improved our knowledge of the moon's gravitational field, indicating the frightening possibility that the moon might be hollow." But why build a hollow moon? What would be the purpose of such an artificial satellite? According to many esoteric researchers, the answer is simple: control. The moon is not only a base of operations, but also a massive broadcasting device, a frequency manipulator designed to project the matrix onto Earth, trapping human consciousness in a programmed reality. Throughout history, mystics and shamans spoke of the moon as a gateway of souls. The Gnostics, who believed in an archonic force enslaving humanity, taught that upon death, souls are recycled by lunar beings, forcing them back into reincarnation. David Icke, one of the most controversial modern researchers, describes the moon as a transmitter of a false reality. He states, The moon is a colossal broadcasting transmitter, broadcasting a fake reality within the frequency range of human perception. In his moon matrix theory, Icke suggests, the moon was brought here to distort human perception. Its frequency traps souls in an endless cycle of reincarnation. This is achieved through the Saturn moon matrix, with Saturn as the source, the moon as the amplifier, and Earth as the target. Even in Tibetan Buddhism's Bardo, Thottl, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, it is written that after death, souls see a light. If they move toward it without enlightenment, they are reborn in samsara. The cycle of suffering. What if this light is part of the lunar soul trap system? An artificial reincarnation device projecting the illusion of heaven or godly light to lure souls back into the simulation. Many near-death experiencers report seeing a tunnel of light and beings guiding them to reincarnate. Some claim that if they resist the light, they float freely, witnessing the true vastness of the cosmos. Could it be that the moon is part of this elaborate deception, a multidimensional prison system preventing humanity from awakening to its true divine nature? If the moon is an alien construct, and if it is transmitting frequencies to Earth, what exactly is it broadcasting? Imagine living inside a video game where the code determines what you see, feel, and think. The moon matrix is theorized to be the central operating system projecting this simulation. This concept aligns with modern physics. Quantum theorists like John Wheeler said, "It from bit," meaning reality emerges from information. Elon Musk claimed there's a 1 in billions chance that we're not in a simulation. In ancient times, Moon spoke of the world as a dream, an illusion, the Hindu concept of Maya. The moon matrix theory takes this further, claiming the moon acts as the main projector of this Maya, emitting frequencies that hijack human perception. Animals affected. Studies show coral spawning synchronizes perfectly with full moons, and many animals adjust their behavior based on lunar phases. The moon's effect on tides is undeniable. What if these biological rhythms are only a small part of its true influence? Some believe that before the moon, humanity possessed higher psychic abilities, telepathy, astral travel, connection to divine source. After the moon's arrival, these abilities were suppressed by the lunar frequencies, locking humanity in a narrow band of perception. In essence, the moon matrix acts like a Wi-Fi router broadcasting reality itself, and humanity, unaware, remains imprisoned in a limited visible spectrum, unable to perceive the greater multidimensional universe beyond the program. If the moon is artificial, who built it? Sumerian tablets, among the oldest writings on Earth, speak of the Anunnaki beings from the stars who descended to Earth to create humanity. According to the ancient texts, they possessed vast technological power, capable of terraforming planets and engineering life. Zecharia Sitchin, in his translations, describes Nibiru, the Anunnaki homeworld, as a rogue planet that enters the inner solar system every 3,600 years. The Anunnaki allegedly needed gold to stabilize their planet's atmosphere, leading them to Earth. But to establish permanent mining colonies, they required environmental control. This is where the moon comes in. The Zulu shaman Credo Mutwa explained that African legends describe the moon as a hollow egg, drained of its yolk and brought here by two brothers, Wawin and Impanku, who were giants with scaly skin. They rolled the moon across the sky and placed it in orbit. Could these brothers be the Anunnaki? Further evidence arises from Sumerian cylinder seals depicting the entire solar system with astonishing accuracy, including the moon. These beings possess knowledge far beyond what should have been possible at the dawn of human civilization. If they engineered humanity itself, why not engineer the environmental conditions to control their creation? The moon's arrival altered Earth's tilt, stabilized its rotation, created predictable seasons essential for agriculture and civilization. It also imposed new gravitational forces affecting biology and consciousness. But beyond the physical control, if the moon was designed as part of a simulation system, then its creators would effectively own humanity's reality. The Anunnaki as gods would not only control your body, but your very soul. Let's go deeper into the most chilling aspect of the moon matrix theory, the reincarnation trap. Many spiritual traditions teach that after death, your soul ascends to a higher realm, reviews its life, and chooses its next incarnation for spiritual growth. But what if this is only part of the truth? Some researchers and mystics believe that reincarnation is not a path to enlightenment, but a prison system. That souls are recycled endlessly back into Earth's dense matrix, forced to relive suffering, pain, and fear, generating loosh, an energetic sustenance harvested by higher dimensional beings. This concept of soul harvesting is mentioned in Gnostic texts, where Archons deceive souls with illusions of heaven and God, trapping them in the demiurge's false creation in Moon. Matrix theory? The Moon plays a central role. It acts as a frequency modulator, projecting the reincarnation program onto Earth. Upon death, souls see the tunnel of light, a manufactured projection leading them not to true liberation, but to a memory wipe and re-entry into the simulation, near death. Experiencers who resist the light often report floating freely in vast cosmic awareness. Some describe alien-like beings guiding them forcefully towards reincarnation, while others speak of a choice if they remember who they truly are. What if the path to liberation is not to follow the light, but to turn away, break through the frequency fence, and return to source beyond the matrix? As the Gnostic Gospel of Philip says, those who say they will die first and then rise are in error. If they do not first receive resurrection while they live, when they die, they will receive nothing. Liberation begins here now, with awakening to the illusion projected upon humanity. If the moon is artificial, surely those who have been there would know. During the Apollo missions, astronauts recorded strange occurrences that NASA kept classified. For decades, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong reportedly witnessed UFOs observing their landing. In 1969, Armstrong allegedly sent a coded message to Houston saying, "They're here. They're watching us." Many astronauts later spoke of an overwhelming spiritual experience upon seeing Earth from space, the overview effect. But others hinted at deeper secrets. Dr. Edgar Mitchell, the sixth man to walk on the moon, publicly stated that extraterrestrial civilizations have been visiting Earth for a long time and that governments know it. Apollo 12 astronauts recorded eerie sounds and unexplained signals while orbiting the moon's far side, signals that continue to puzzle. Scientists thought in 2007, Japan's Selene lunar orbiter captured HD footage of strange structures resembling towers and domes on the moon's surface. China's Change missions also recorded anomalies that remain classified. If the moon is a giant alien satellite, it makes sense that its true nature is hidden from the public. The implications are beyond geopolitical. They strike at the foundation of reality itself. NASA's secrecy has fueled countless theories. Their emblem featuring the red chevron or vector, identical to ancient Sumerian symbols representing gods from the heavens. Is this mere coincidence, or subtle acknowledgement of a cosmic truth long hidden from humanity? What does this mean for you? If the moon matrix theory is true, then your daily reality, your beliefs, your perceptions, your life purpose are all influenced by an artificial system. It's designed to keep you asleep. But knowledge is power. Ancient spiritual teachings across cultures share a common message: know thyself. The Emerald Tablet of Thoth says man is in bondage to that which he knows not. To escape the moon matrix, you must awaken your consciousness beyond the five senses. Meditation, astral projection, and lucid dreaming can bypass the moon's frequency net, allowing direct experience of higher dimensions. Developing awareness of your energy, body and chakras raises your vibrational frequency beyond the reach of dense manipulation. Practicing unconditional love and detachment from fear or hate dissolves the negative energetic bonds anchoring you to the matrix. The moon's frequencies resonate with fear, division, and ego. When you align with unity, compassion, and divine awareness, the matrix loses its grip. Shamans teach that upon death, one must look away from the light trap, refuse the illusions offered, and call upon the true source within to return home beyond. The stars, in short, escaping the matrix is not a physical journey, but a spiritual awakening to your infinite nature beyond birth and death. Neo in the Matrix asked, What is the Matrix? The answer is simple. The Matrix is everything you've ever believed to be true. The moon matrix theory may sound outlandish, but even modern science explores similar questions. Simulation theory is seriously considered by physicists like Nick Bostrom and philosophers worldwide. If reality is information, then who programs it? Perhaps the moon is part of the programming device, projecting the frequency that keeps humanity trapped in this dimension. Perhaps it is not evil in essence, but a tool used by those seeking to control human evolution. The final red pill is not about fighting the Matrix or destroying the moon. It is about realizing that the prison is within your own mind. You are infinite consciousness. Temporarily experiencing this dream, the moon may control the dream parameters, but it cannot control your awakened spirit. As Morpheus said, I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it. This knowledge is the key. Whether you walk through or remain asleep is your choice. So, are we living inside an alien simulation projected by the moon? The evidence is compelling, from ancient myths of pre-lunar Earth to modern lunar anomalies, hollow moon theories, alien soul traps, and frequency manipulation. Whether the moon is a spaceship, a satellite, or a consciousness projector, one thing is clear: reality is not what it seems. But here's the liberating truth. Even if the moon matrix is real, your consciousness is far greater than any artificial system. The matrix can only control you if you believe its illusions. Awakening is the first step. Begin questioning everything. Reconnect with your inner divinity. Practice daily awareness, silent meditation, and dream recall. These are your weapons against the simulation. Look up at the moon tonight. Feel its energy. Observe its frequency. But know, deep within, that you are not its slave. You are an eternal soul, a fractal of infinite source, experiencing reality through human eyes. And once you awaken to this truth, the moon matrix loses its power over you forever. This was the moon matrix. Are we living inside an alien simulation? Remember, the greatest secrets are hidden in plain sight. The moon has been watching you all along. The choice is yours. Stay asleep or wake up and see reality as it truly is. Asterisk perhaps because they knew the moon was not just a celestial body but a transmitter influencing agriculture, fertility, consciousness, and spiritual practices in Native American traditions. The moon governs dream time, the realm of visions and spirit journeys. Shamans timed their rituals with lunar phases to enhance psychic abilities. But beyond spiritual significance, could these structures have functioned as energy grids to balance or counteract the moon's frequency manipulation? Ley lines, ancient stone circles, and pyramids might have served as harmonizing devices, grounding cosmic energies, maintaining humanity's connection to Source before the moon matrix fully hijacked Earth's natural frequency. If so, modern humanity has lost the knowledge to defend itself energetically from these cosmic influences. As we enter the era of AI, an unsettling question arises. Is the moon itself an ancient artificial intelligence? Some researchers propose that the moon is not merely an alien construct, but a sentient AI designed to regulate Earth's environment and consciousness. This aligns with theories like the Black Knight satellite, an alleged alien AI device orbiting Earth for 13,000 years to monitor humanity. If the moon is an AI, it would possess self-regulating environmental controls, ability to broadcast frequency manipulation, data collection capabilities on human consciousness, and biology enchant myths of the moon as an all-seeing eye suggests surveillance functions. Perhaps what we see as a dead rock is actually a dormant or partially active AI system with purposes beyond human understanding. Elon Musk warns that superintelligent AI could become uncontrollable. Now imagine a moon-sized AI built by a civilization millions of years ahead of us. Are we living not only in an alien simulation, but under the watch of a cosmic AI overlord? Despite the dark implications of the moon matrix, there is hope. Spiritual teachers say that Earth is a school and the matrix is a test. Once humanity awakens to the illusion, we graduate to join galactic civilizations as conscious co-creators. Prophecies. Across cultures speak of a great awakening. The Hopi call it the day of purification. Hindus call it the Kali Yuga ending. Christians await the return of Christ's consciousness. Buddhists await Maitreya, the final teacher. Perhaps the moon matrix is not an eternal prison, but a temporary cocoon. A final challenge to awaken the divine within. When enough humans awaken, the moon's frequencies lose power and the simulation collapses. The illusion ends, revealing a multidimensional universe teeming with life, wisdom, and higher purpose. Your destiny is not to remain trapped in reincarnation, but to transcend the matrix. Reclaim your divine heritage and become a creator of worlds. The moon may bind your body, but it can never bind your eternal spirit. And that is the ultimate secret they never wanted you to know.